I'm with you. I don't want it on me either. Only on, well, sure. But there's not much singing. Spirit of Life, and then something called May I Be Empty. I have music for it, if that helps. Yeah, I don't know it. This is exciting. Good morning. Good morning. Seated or standing, please join. Lift your voices in song for our hymn of the month, hymn number 123, Spirit of Life, in English and Hawaiian.
Aloha, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Honolulu, where we boldly grow together, compassion, justice, and joy. I am so glad that all of you have joined us on this very special Brunch Sunday. So for those of you who are joining us online or maybe out on YouTube land later on, you are welcome to go get a snack or bring something to join us in the meal that we will have today. For those of you here in the sanctuary, obviously, we're going to be eating. We'll explain the meal as we go along, but it'll be a great time. So, for those of you who are visiting for the first time, or maybe the first time in a long time, I'm so glad you have chosen our congregation to worship and to brunch in this morning. And for those of you online, again, aloha. We will now light our chalice, symbol of our free faith, with the words of the Nourish collective. They write, "Let us give thanks for the food that we share. Let us give thanks for people who care. Food fills the body, and love makes us whole. Let us give thanks deep down in our soul." Please remain seated as I kindle our chalice light, followed by our centering sound. We will then sing our mission song.
We boldly grow from the
Whether you light candles on Friday or go to church on Sunday mornings, whether the way you worship is by singing or eating or walking, you are welcome here. Because of the way that you love, because of who you are welcome in this space. Come, let us worship together. We begin our meal with a simple blessing and a reminder to all who are gathered in this space, as well as those of you who are eating online. And Ian, can we bring the camera down just a little bit? Mahalo. Eating is one of our most sacred acts, and it is made more holy when we do it in community. But eating can bring up a lot of feelings. Some of us may not feel comfortable eating in front of other people. Some of us may want to eat more or less. Bring your whole self to this time and this space. Risk faithfully in this space. If something doesn't feel good or right, let it go. If you are feeling more and more like you want to totally indulge in the meal that we'll share, go for it. However you are feeling today, whatever your relationship to food or your body, we can hold it here. I hope you will bring your full self. I hope that you will eat in whatever way feels good. And so we bless this food. We bless these people. We bless the many hands, the farmers, the transporters, the sailors who got this food to this place. We bless the people who set these tables, the people who will take your orders in just a little bit, the folks who will clear your plates, and most of all, for this gathered community who will eat together. We bless this food. We bless these people. We bless our time together. On your table, there are some baskets of bread. And at this time, I invite each of you to take a piece of bread. If you're online or gathering with us later on YouTube, this is a great time to get a snack, even a glass of water, just something to partake in the ritual. All right, everyone has a slice of bread. And whenever you're ready, yes, and I've heard some comments, this is like a Seder, this is like a communion. There are many ritual meals that we have in the world of gathering together in spiritual community. It's all of those. So whenever you're ready, take a small bite of your slice of bread and hold it in your mouth. Ground yourselves by using all of your senses to appreciate this piece of food. Feel the texture on your tongue against your palate. Feel its taste. Did you get to smell it at all as you took the bite? What is the sound of slowly chewing? Feel yourself connected to all who had a part in bringing this food to you. Take a moment and draw that circle of connection even wider. Take another moment and feel connected to the full web of existence which brought this food to us now. It is good to eat together. You may continue eating your bread whenever you are ready. You can have some butter. You can style it however feels good. You never need permission for butter from me. Well, we've come to the time in our service where we share our book of life. The book of life is a deep and ancient book, a ritual of sorts that witnesses how communities mark and remember their days together, the ways that we share in our lives. This book of life is open to all who enter. In it, we ask you to write something that is on your heart, a joy, a sorrow, a feeling, a thought about something that you wish to be held in greater community. Now, if writing's not something that you really like to do, you can always talk with the worship leader that day or the worship associate, and we'll be absolutely fine writing down what you wish to share. Now, if you want to have compassionate listening based on what you shared in this book of life, or just because you need to talk to someone, I invite you to go onto the church website to contact the care team. The care team includes Carla Allison, Lorraine Fay, Martina Queenth, and Nancy Schilt. And if the listening that you have, if what's on your heart is about grief, I invite you to share that with me or with Catherine Graham. We have a handful of sorrows today. Some of them are about the announcement last week that I will be departing at the end of April. Another is from Allison Jacobs, who shares that her friend and cousin, Sanaya Carroll, left the body on Friday. Alongside these sorrows, there are surely other sorrows that we're holding together in community. So as my hand passes over the congregation, I invite you to share a name, a word, a thought, or a phrase about that sorrow so that it can be held by all of us here now. You can also keep that sorrow close to your own heart in silence. Alongside the sorrows that we share, there are some joys today. Very first joy that I see is that Sherry has started a YouTube channel. She just figured out what a thumbnail is, but if you need inspiration, please visit at Spiritual Tarot Journey, all one word, on YouTube, at Spiritual Tarot Journey, for some daily or occasional inspiration. I'm not going to hold you to a daily schedule, all right, Sherry? We also have some late breaking news that last Saturday, March 8th, Esther Cupchoy celebrated her 96th birthday. She was a member of our church for many years, and she now lives in Colorado Springs. Nan Kleiber shares this wonderful news with us. And as is our custom, I don't know if she's tuning in, but she can certainly find out on YouTube later on. Are we ready to sing some happy birthday? Let's do it, congregation. And so many more, Mike. Alongside the joys that we had written in our book of life, I'm sure there are joys enlivening this gathered community today. So once again, as my hand passes over the congregation, I invite you to share a word, a name, a thought, or a phrase about that joy that just leaps out from your heart. Once again, you can choose to keep it close to you in silence. The bitterness and the sweetness, the joy and sorrow of our lives are a reminder of the living of our days together. The ways we share our lives and the ways that we story them together are a blessing that we get to keep. May it always be so. A reading. As surely as we belong to the universe, we belong together. We join here to transcend the isolated self, to reconnect, to know ourselves, to be at home. Here on earth, under the stars, linked with one another. It is good to be together. I pause now for our board members to take your meal orders before proceeding with our giving and receiving. Thank you, Sue. Well, as many of you know, it is our custom here. As many of you know, it is our custom here at the First Unitarian Church of Honolulu to share our non-pledge offerings with an organization whose mission is in concert with our own. This month and all month, it has been our honor to share with the Hawaii Housing Policy Foundation, who helps us raise the resources to fund housing policy that works for us right here in this beloved chain of islands. They do great work, and our executive director, their executive director, we don't have an executive director, Kenna is with us. You can always ask her some more questions about the organization. Please give deeply for this uniquely responsive organization that allows us to take control of housing policy right here on Oahu. Now, because our congregation is supported through pledges and rental income, we're able to be generous and share 100% of non-pledge income with this group this morning. And there are a whole bunch of ways to do that. You can put some cash in the calabash that's about to come around. You can scan the QR code on your screen or text that number right up there. These encrypted forms of giving allow you to make a contribution to our monthly Share the Plate, to our church emergency fund, or to make a payment towards your annual pledge. Moreover, you can even send a check. You can always note that it is for the March Share the Plate. Many of you do send in checks, so you're welcome to do that. We'll just get it later in the week. I am so glad that we're here together. I'm so glad that we're sharing of our hearts together. I am so glad that we can share of our resources together. The offering will now be freely given and gratefully received.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Your gifts help support building the beloved community within these walls and without. Thank you for your generosity.
A reading by Elizabeth Nguyen. I got off work at 7 p.m. and did the thing where you chase the bus a little bit, but then realize you won't make it and walk sheepishly back to the bus stop. I'm already an hour late to Sunday night singing at the Lucy Stone Cooperative, a UU affordable housing co-op in Boston. I'm still ambivalent. I could go home to Netflix and grilled cheese. I could choose predictability and warm carbs, or I could get on the bus to this community where I was first a member of the planning team and now a board member. This place where, despite my leadership role, I still find myself questioning whether and how I belong. I give myself a little pep talk, reminding myself that I'm allowed to show up late and hungry and in need of a song. Reminding myself that being in community means offering care and being cared for, bringing my shiny self and my not so shiny self. When I arrive, there's a teapot of hot water and a plate of fat dates on the table. A friend presses a bowl into my hands and there's broccoli soup. We sing Amazing Grace. The wonders of accepting love have made me whole and real. Community is covenant. It's the promise of a bowl of soup and a song at the end of the day. It's love in the form of a house on Moreland Street that has said that it doesn't matter that I don't live there, that I too am welcome on Sunday nights. Laid bare, it is the succor and accountability of doing that thing together that we cannot do alone. I've not always been my best self in the communities I've loved. I've shirked dish duty at Lucy Stone and missed weddings in my hometown. I've dropped out when I was needed and showed up full of pettiness and exhaustion. The wonder of accepting love is only made evident when we're allowed to shed the shiny and let the sourness show. Our communities of spirit are only real because we show up late, expecting to be fed. Because we both give and get. Because we bring our tart and our sweet, our gifts and our struggles. We need lemon in the lentils, rice vinegar in the sushi, and a squeeze of lime in the chelada, and some acid in our communities. Without it, our communities are superficial. With no acid, we are one note, monotone. Our vulnerabilities, our bits of brokenness, bring life to our relationships. We are part of community when we show up shiny and not so shiny, when we ladle soup into each other's bowls and eat it eagerly, when we bring our sour and our sweet, when we shed the shiny and show up hungry.
I hope this morning that you have shown up hungry for this meal that we share, shown up hungry for spiritual community, shown up hungry for the gift of beloved community that we give to ourselves as we practice for the whole world. Your meals are arriving in this moment, and we will start to have a conversation. The conversation prompts will be on the screens as well as on your order of service right at the bottom of the front. You are invited to speak with the folks at your table about any of those prompts that are on your mind. We have about half an hour to the meal. I'm not going to stop you if you're not finished eating, but we will move on at a certain point. Please engage in these conversations fruitfully, thoroughly, and hungrily. Our meal begins now.
Excuse me, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? No? It says it's on. Can you hear me now? And it's green. Okay. Um, I'm going to ask the host at each table. You can't, well, hello? Hello? There we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I'm asking the hosts at each table to, when you're ready, to collect the dirty plates. We have small plates that we're going to be using to serve pie. And so if we keep our forks, but everything else goes, that will be, I think, the best. We have pie, and Bonita brought some wonderful green St. Patrick's Oreo cookies. So what I'm thinking also is if we could use our bread baskets, take those back as well with the dirty plates and everything, and we'll fill those with the St. Patrick's cookies and also the pies. Okay? Thank you.
As we begin to wrap our meals, we bring our conversations to a close. We reflect on the time that we have shared together. And we start to focus on how we came together hungry, how we were able to meet the needs of one another through fellowship and conversation, through good food, through service to one another, to the many hands it has taken to serve and to clean up. We bring our meal to a close, reflecting on our last bites. How did it feel to share these meals together? What was your favorite moment or favorite set of moments during this time? What do you hope to take away from this meal that you shared this morning? What do you hope to continue in the conversations you've just begun? Let us reflect for a little while. As we wrap up our pies, we're going to move on to singing in just a little bit. So make sure you take a bite, and then we'll sing. Seated or standing, please lift your voices in song for our hymn of reflection, May I Be Empty.
May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be open and empty to receive. May I be open and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive.
It's come time to extinguish our chalice. I will begin, and then we will extinguish our chalice flame together. We are never complete. We are never finished. We are always yet to be. May we always allow others to be and help and enable others to grow towards all that we are capable of becoming. Go forth from this place, blessed, beloveds. Go forth from this place, blessed, to share what you have, to share the resources of food, of time, of talent, of treasure. Go forth from this place, blessed, to share and build community. Go forth from this place, blessed, to build a community so beloved in the making, in the doing, in the time that we share together. Our worship has ended. Let our service begin. Now we have a couple announcements just before we sing our song of peace. I hope people got to enjoy the lunar eclipse, but we have a couple other lunar events happening this upcoming week. It's almost spring. Do you believe it? It is spring coming up on Wednesday. It's going to be great. I hope spring is about ready to spring into action. It absolutely is. I hope you enjoy some milder weather, some equalizing of night and day, all of those. And baseball, as Karen says, it's stayed spring all winter here in Hawaii, but for some places back east, spring training is just beginning, and we'll start to see some practice games with some new AI monitors to make sure you're actually striking out or having a ball. It'll be interesting. Heard that on Hawaii Public Radio earlier. Nan reminded me at the beginning of the service that it was 5 years ago today that we shut our doors for what was to be 2 weeks and ended up being a very, very long time. For those of you who made it through that time to now, whether it was in this physical space or in some other physical space, we are so grateful that you physically isolated in order to connect more deeply. Look at us now. At the end of the service, we also have some pledge letters right in the back of the sanctuary. If you are ready to make a pledge to help support this congregation, we invite you to go pick up your letter. If you need some more information, it's all right. And if you're not here in this building today, it's all right. We're going to mail it out to you a little bit later this week, so everyone gets to hear it. Each person's pledge letter has a special ask. Your ask is unique to you. You can give what you have. You can give more than what has been asked, but make sure that you take a look at what we're asking for and have a chat with someone if it's not going to work or you want to see what else you can do. And finally, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, going on in this country. And maybe you want to do something about it. Maybe you want to shop in a way that aligns with your values. There has been a push to start boycotting stores like Walmart and Target and those types of things. Whether that is the strategy you choose, if you do that, go ahead and get along with other groups. Boycotts are only effective if corporations know that you're boycotting. A personal boycott is just taking yourself out of their market. They don't care. You have to let them know that you're actually doing it. If that's not what you're going to do, that's fine. It is always a good time to shop local. It is always a good time to shop Black-owned. It is always a good time to shop female-owned and femme-owned. I remember something a couple weeks ago about buying some Girl Scout cookies. That is a great way to make sure that we're investing in our own communities. I sure did, Coral. I did find out that you were Girl Scouts. It was in our Book of Life last month. So on that note, seated or standing, let's lift our voices for our song of peace, Dona Nobis Pacem, number 155. Please ask before taking someone's hand. Let's sing, y'all.